Hello and welcome to Saki Tech. So in today's video, I will do a gaming and graphics comparison between the iPad Air, which is the latest generation iPad, versus the iPad Mini 2 with the Retina Display, which is the latest generation iPad Mini. Now this will be an interesting comparison since these two devices, despite the size difference, have an equal amount of processing and gaming power. I am actually torn between which one to use because the only deciding factor seems to be the size of the screen and the weight. Anyway, let's move on to our benchmark. To give you a quick summary of the specs, the iPad Mini with Retina Display has a dual-core 64-bit A7 processor clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. It's got a 1 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, whereas the iPad Air has a same dual-core 64-bit A7 processor, but it is clocked at 1.4 gigahertz and it has also 1 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. And since we are going to do a gaming and graphics comparison, you should know both the Air and the Mini 2 have IMG's PowerVR G6430 GPU as their graphics processor. As you can tell, the only difference is the clock speed of the CPU cores. Air is clocked at 1.4 gigahertz and Mini is clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. That's a difference of 0.1 gigahertz in the processing cores, which sounds minuscule, except that 0.1 gigahertz is 1000 megahertz, which means 1 billion processing cycles per second. Anyway, let's move on to the benchmarking. The benchmarking tool we will be using to measure the graphics and gaming performance is called GFX Bench Benchmarking Tool, which will push these devices to their absolute limit. We will use the latest version, which as of this video is 2.7.0. So that's GFX Bench 2.7.0. Alright, so I will be running 6 high-level supported tests on each of these flagship tablets. But I will only show you 2 of these tests because it will be quite lengthy to show you all 6. Basically, all tests are variations of 2 main tests, which is the T-Rex HD test, where a girl on a bike is being chased by a huge T-Rex, and the other is Egypt HD, where an Egyptian warrior is fighting with various enemies. So let's dive right in. The first thing we want to do is we want to make sure nothing's running in the background, so double tap. Okay, nothing else is running here. Same on the iPad Mini. So let's launch the GFX Bench benchmarking tool. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select 2 tests. These are going to be 2 on-screen tests that are going to run on the native display. Okay? So we're going to do the T-Rex and the Egypt HD. Again, these are going to be native resolution and native display. So let's start at the same time and watch the whole thing run through. Now the first one that you're watching is the T-Rex HD test. Basically the girl is being chased by a dinosaur and she's on her bike. Okay, so the T-Rex is over, and now we're going to look at the Egypt HD test. So this is approximately 2 minutes, so let's watch this and then we're going to go to the final results. Okay, so we have the final results for both of the tablets for all 6 tests. And just to make it clear, both of these tablets run at the same exact resolution, which is 2048 by 1536. And they have basically the same processing power. So what happens with the results is, if you look at the numbers from top to bottom and compare them to each other, you get the exact same results. Okay, so the iPad mini is on the left and the iPad Air is on the right, and if you look at the results from top to bottom, they're all the same except for the one on the top, where the iPad Air leads with 1 frame rates per second. So you have 27 on the Air and 26 on the iPad mini 2. However, every other test is equivalent. So if you look at the bottom two, you get 63 and 63 and 49 and 49, and everything else is the same. So there's really not much to analyze here. They will give you exactly the same kind of gaming and graphics performance no matter what you do. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and also you can go ahead and connect with me socially on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, for which all the links are in the description below. Thank you again, and I'll see you the next time. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just throw them down in the comments section below.